Poorly explain what you do for work.
I'm a sky lifeguard.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I wait outside of little kids' houses for them to come out, and then I snatch them from their parents and take them to a place that they don't want to go. I eventually give them back.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I talk, they talk, I talk some more, they don't stop talking, there's lots of lying, I tell the parents, I get a bitchy email, I send a bitchy email back, I lose my job.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I tell people to meet me at a location that they've probably never been before. And then, when they're not looking, or sometimes when they are looking, I shoot them. And then I leave them. And then, when I go home, I have specimens from that location. And I manipulate them. And then I take those specimens and I send it to their family members. And the family members get to see what happened at that location. They usually smile. Usually it's family portraiture. I'm a photographer. It's so stupid.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I touch her, she touches me. We move our hips together, we sweat, and then we smile at each other and we do it all over again.
They're gonna think it's something else.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
Well, I go into work and I start off doing my job, and then by the end of the day, I turn into everybody's personal little bitch.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
My day job is I pick up a lot of number twos with these hands, and I throw a lot of balls for your four-legged friends, your pets. I work at a dog daycare. Pretty much sums it up.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
Finally found the trend for me. I'm Lee, and I stare at people while they eat, and I teach your grandparents how to remember you.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I yell at kids to walk.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I tell the record label if I think an artist has good music or not.
Poorly explain what you do for work. I'll go first.
I'll go first. My master puts me into a cage, and from that cage I go around and I cut things open and steal its contents. Then periodically throughout the day I give the contents to my master, and if I do a good job he pays me.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I cover myself in nacho cheese for kids, and syrup, and pickle juice, and eggs.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I read all the emails coming out from my team, and with that information, I look at everyone's calendars and schedule meetings so we can talk about those emails.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I help teenagers become extremely convincing liars. And their parents generally appreciate the results.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
Well, most of the time I throw a piece of sewn together pigskin through my legs at far distances, but there are also times where I throw it not as far distances to someone who then will use their foot to make it go an even farther distance.
Poorly explain what you do for work. Poorly explain what you do for work.
I put pizza in a microwave for strangers, and then sometimes I'll give them like a Snapple apple if they're thirsty, right? And then sometimes they would want a refund and to also keep the food at the same time, and I have to explain to them that's not how life works, and then they get upset and call me Drake if he took off-brand Tylenol. I don't know what that means, right? Then I'll request time off, and then they'll give me the time off, and then they'll call me on my off day and say, hey, can you come in? And I'm like, I'm at a Red Robin's with my family, Chris. But then I'll still go in, right? Then they'll be like, hey, can you open the next day? I'm like, I'm so close to working at Arby's. You know what I'm saying right now? And then I'll freak out, and then I get paid on Thursdays.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
Tic Tacs, so things fall out of the sky and then they fall in the ocean and then I pick them up.
Poorly explain what you do for work.
I'm a Jew hunter. I collect a database on where Jews may be hiding, or I'll get their Gentile neighbors to rat out their location. Then I'll tie up the men, maybe blowtorch the kitchen. Then I'll put a Jewish symbol on their door so it's easier to find them next time.